Welcome back to The Local Show, a service of Gettys Federal Savings and Loan and Safe Harbor Wills and Trusts. The Local Show, featuring conversations with business owners, employees, and local business leaders about their successes, challenges, and reasons for doing business right here in Central New York. The Local Show, locally produced by Zoe Advertising. Now, here are your hosts, Tom and Steve.
Here we come, caroling back into the show. It's The Local Show with Tom and Steve. Thank you for joining us. We're broadcasting from the Zoe Advertising Studios, sponsored by Safe Harbor Wills and Trusts and Gettys Federal Savings and Loan in full-on holiday mode, Steve. So how's things going with you?
I got all my shopping done.
Did you really? Yes.
Yeah, I don't buy anything. Judy does everything, and then we negotiate something. That's about it. And it's, I don't know, it's married 35 years, it's surprise. It's not really. And, So we might talk. I don't know. Because every year it's like, we're going to cut back. We'll do something together. And then.
Well, you still got to get something for the boys, right?
But she takes care of that. Oh, okay. In a wonderful way. We talk about it, but in a wonderful way. But then it's like, we'll do a vacation instead. But then she still buys me stuff.
Yeah.
It's a true. So it makes me look bad,
it's hard
Tom.
not to
I don't need
anything.
any help looking bad.
No. But you do need help looking good.
That's true. How about you? Do you wander through the mall with singing a song in your heart?
Well, fortunately, I have two daughters, and my oldest daughter, who's going to be 25 coming up here, she loves to shop. She's like me. She's a shopper. So I can send her out now.
Here's $10, darling. Go shopping for your mom.
She will say to me, Dad, want me to pick up this, and what do you think about that? So that's pretty good. So she helps out, and
that's not fair.
It's all good. Yeah, but we don't like to, it needs to be something from the heart.
Agreed.
And we are very blessed, so I don't need anything. And I tell the kids that I don't need anything. What I want is love and kindness and my family.
I'm
That's
a
all I
fan.
want.
My grandfather used to say, I don't want anything. And I never could understand that as a kid.
Right.
I've become him. I don't want anything.
Yeah. I just want everybody to be healthy and my friend group to be healthy and everybody to have fun. So that's that. So Greg Portzline is someone we've had on the show a couple of times. He is an arborist representative at Bartlett Tree Service. And we say hi to him right now. How are you, Greg?
I'm doing well, fellas. How are you?
Very good. Come on right up to that microphone. Don't be shy. Yeah. And I want to ask you what your background is, because I don't know how anybody becomes an arborist.
Sure. So I grew up loving the woods and nature in general. Kind of had my thoughts that I wanted to be a forest ranger, so that directed me to go to school for forestry, which I did at Ranger School in Wanakina, part of ESF, and then finished my bachelor's at ESF. And during that time, I realized I didn't want to be a forest ranger anymore. A little too much, maybe too rural of a job for me. I grew up in suburbia, but I still really like trees and nature, so I like people and trees, so this was the perfect fit. As an arborist, you're focusing on the individual tree or trees on someone's property and helping an individual reach their goals.
What's an arborist?
An arborist is a field of study that is the care of trees. From more of an individual tree than a forester would look at a whole stand of trees. An arborist would be more the individual tree in either a commercial or residential.
Is it a tree doctor?
Absolutely, in a sense. So diagnostics and cradle to grave tree care. So there's obviously specific focuses you can focus on in that, but it is very much like a doctor.
My father says trees are his favorite people. He'd rather talk to a tree. But that's my dad. Anyway, so I have an issue. All right.
Shocking. Wait a minute. Tom has an issue. Is it about your physical health, Tom?
No, not about me. Other physical health of my trees.
Oh, okay, just checking.
The health of my trees. So I have a bunch of evergreens around my, that's what they're called, right? The ones, Christmas trees are evergreens?
Yeah, yep. Conifers, evergreens.
Okay.
There's two main types that you're going to have in central New York.
Yes.
It's your spruces and your pines.
Gotcha.
And
so this is a pine. Yeah. Yep. So this is a pine tree that's in my backyard. And I live right around the corner from you, I just found out. So, I'm up in Cicero. So all of a sudden now, in the fall, I have 4, 5, 6, 7 branches on each of my pine trees that are turning brown.
Yep.
What is going on?
So without looking at the tree, I can give you some, generalities. What we're seeing this year is this summer was extremely hot and dry. So we are seeing some effects of a drought stress on those conifers. Conifers don't have the luxury that deciduous trees do, where they get a whole new bumper crop of leaves every year. They rely on their existing needles.
I gotcha.
And so when they can't sustain certain parts from the drought or other stressors, you will see dieback, and we are seeing a lot of that this year. And
good. I've never seen it. I've been there 3 years on the property now, and everything's always really green. But 2 or 3 of the branches just went totally brown.
So what does he do now?
What do I do?
Well, so you call someone like myself to come out and give you a much better idea without, kind of.
I was just going to cut them off, and I didn't.
Certainly. Well, that's always an option. What I would recommend is give a certified arborist a call to come out and have a look and give you some.
Now, is that a pay service?
So Bartlett, my company, not my personal company, the company I represent, Bartlett Tree Experts, we are more than happy to come onto a property, free consultation to evaluate your trees and
what needs to be done and all that.
And then we offer all those services that would.
I was thinking that I would just get together with you and, trade you a 6-pack and a bowl of tomato bisque soup from Sparrow's.
I wish it was that easy.
Tom will do some voiceovers for you.
But that's interesting. So what do you find around Syracuse? What does most of your work consist of?
So, we tend to deal a lot with maintaining people's trees in terms of pruning, structural maintenance, but a big chunk of our business is dealing with insect and disease issues.
I see.
And soil issues. I'm sure it's been in the news for years. Emerald ash borer has almost completely wiped out every ash tree.
We had 5 trees taken down. Cost us a big buck.
Yep. So we do a lot of treatments for those to keep those trees alive. At this point, unfortunately, if you haven't done anything, it's likely too late.
Yeah, right.
But in the northern extremes of Oswego County and stuff, we're still okay. A lot of fungal diseases on conifers and things like that. And also, we had some outbreaks of, they changed the name to spongy moth, used to be gypsy moth.
Oh, okay.
Yep, so that was pocketed.
Got any good news here?
Well,
unfortunately, with trees, about every 10 years or so, a new invasive species comes over and just wreaks havoc. So, and I'm sure you guys have heard in the news, spotted lanternfly is on its way up.
Yeah, I've heard of that.
Yeah, so, all these things as arborists we try to keep up on. We work closely with Cornell Cooperative Extension in the state to track these things and report them when we find them. Good news is, yes, we can do a lot to save trees and help.
That's what I was going to ask you. Like, once you get that the fungus among us growing on the trees and branches dying and things like that, can you bring a tree back to life? Can you get people's property?
Yes, absolutely. There's obviously a threshold there. Sometimes trees are too far gone. Yeah. And it all depends, too, on how the homeowner or property owner places value on that tree. Yeah. There's a lot of times I would say, this tree's, you should save this tree, but they're like, I don't care about this tree. Oh, wow. So if that's the case, then obviously removal's a good choice. But yes, we can. We have a lot of tools in our toolbox to
and you are a big organization.
We are, Bartlett Tree Experts has been around since 1907.
Oh, wow.
We have over 150 offices in America. We're also in England, Ireland, and Canada. With a very large research arboretum down in South Carolina that we have. I think we're up to around 15 different PhDs that work down there and do research and development.
Wow. So these aren't the guys that just go in and say, we'll take that tree down.
Right. No.
Because there's some of those guys, but you guys are on the tree doctor thing is kind of funny, but that's really what you are.
Mm-hmm. So people can see you online at Bartlett.com.
Correct.
Just Bartlett. BARTLETT.com. Bartlett Tree. So Greg, thank you so much for stopping by. I appreciate it. And, that beer's waiting for you if you really want to come on over. Casual. We don't even have to talk about the company or anything. You just come on over.
Okay.
All right. Branch out a little, would you?
Yep.
All right. Kicking off hour number 2 of the local show, we'll have a conversation with Sharifa Neal Bay, who is the owner of Syracuse Kung Fu. Mark Roberts stops by, owner of Staff Leasing and PEO. And Kathy German, the executive director of New Hope Family Services, and Jim McCarthy rounds us out. He's the president of Northland Communications. Stick around. Hour number 2 coming right up.